Hello, Randall Monk here. I've been requested to explain the infinity breath with binary sequencing by more than one person. Now, first of all, I want to say that the infinity breath with binary sequencing is an advanced sacred breathing technique given by Archangel Michael through Rana Vazane. So I'm kind of hesitant to do that without going through more training, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now, you also have to know the infinity breath, the basic infinity breath first. So I'm going to explain that. Now, I've already done that on my channel here, but I'm going to do it again briefly. And I'll put up an illustration of that as well. So the basic infinity breath is a breath where we place our attention on our heart center. We bring forth the feeling of love, feeling that expansiveness, and you can take a few deep breaths beforehand if you like. Anyway, we do that, and as we inhale, we take the energy out through the ascension chakra, also known as the mouth of God, at the base of the skull, that hollow place back at the base of the skull. We take that energy up over the head, down back into the solar power center. The solar power center is our solar plexus area, up into our throat area. Usually that energy it'll be coming down into our heart area, in that general area. It can cross in any place. So when I say cross, it's because it's going to go back down at that point as we exhale through the root chakra and loop back up into the heart area. So that's creating an infinity sign, the figure 8, you might say. So we're inhaling, taking that energy up over the head. We're exhaling, taking that energy back down through the root chakra, looping back up into the solar power center. So I'm going to place an illustration here now so that you can see that illustration. And that energy is moving again out through the ascension chakra, up over the head, down into the solar power center, back down into the root chakra, out through the root chakra, up into the solar power center. That's on the out breath. And first of all, we bring forth the feeling of love. Then as we inhale, we take that energy up over the head, and as we exhale, we take it down through the root. Inhaling up over the head, exhaling down through the root chakra. Hopefully that's clear. Now, moving to the infinity breath with binary sequencing. Okay, so now we're going to get into the infinity breath with binary sequencing. And before we do that, I want to talk about some of the benefits here. It acts to revitalize your body. It speeds up the process of building your body of light, builds a protective cocoon of light around you, protects you from the negative influences of the lower dimensions, enables you to exist as an observer of the ongoing drama of the third and fourth dimensions, ramps up the infinity breath on an exponential basis. In using the infinity still point breathing process, we activate the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh infinity, or eighth and ninth dimensional angelic gateways, thereby connecting to the multiple chakra points of your entire entity being or divine I am presence. Now, we always say this too before we do the infinity breath with binary sequencing. I ask that all the appropriate chakras be activated, harmonized, and unified within my multiple body system. So what we're doing is we're doubling the numbers here. We're going to be going from 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and so forth. And we're going to have a still point in there. So we start by doing a few infinity breaths. And then at one point we're going to do a still point. And by doing that, we're going to I'll show you here kind of what that looks like. We're going to pull in the perineum and the abdominals. The perineum, if you don't know, is between the anus and the sexual organs. So we're going to be, let's say I'm doing one infinity breath here, and then that's a still point. I'm pulling in my perineum and my abdominals there, and I'll say the number 2, and then I'll go 4, 8. So that's how we'll be doing it. And we're going to go up to, normally in a workshop a lot of times, or even a webinar, we'll only go up to 512, but I'm going to go up to 8,192 today by doubling the numbers. Let's see, anything else I want to say about that? I don't think so. All right, I'm going to put up the illustration now so you can see it. You can see the illustration, and you can see that the infinity breaths, the loops go higher and higher and lower with each breath. That's your intention. You don't have to consciously do that if you don't want to. You can just focus on the infinity breath and the still point and the number. And I'll be saying the numbers. So you don't need to be concerned about those either. Now we'll start by just doing a few infinity breaths. So place your awareness in your heart center, bring forth the feeling of love, and we're going to do a few infinity breaths, just basic infinity breaths. Okay, inhaling. Oh, by the way, one more thing before we get into this. You can inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, or you can inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. You can do it either way. When I'm teaching, a lot of times I'll exhale through my mouth just so you can hear what I'm doing. But normally I inhale and exhale through my nose. You can do it either way. Okay, repeat after me to yourself. I ask that all the appropriate chakras be activated, harmonized, and unified within my multiple body system. So now we're going to do let's do 3 infinity breaths, and then we'll go on to the infinity breath with binary sequencing. Inhale. 1. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Inhale. 2. Still point. Inhale. 4. Still point. 8. Still point. 16. Still point. 32. Still point. 64. Still point. 128. Still point. 256. Still point. 512. Still point. 1024. Still point. 2048. Still point. 4096. Still point. 8192. Still point. 'Normal infinity breaths now. And return to normal breathing. Place your awareness in your heart center. Okay, that is the infinity breath with binary sequencing. It can be rather intense if you're not used to doing deep breathing like that. If so, just take your time and work up to the maximum amount. Now, Archangel Michael tells us that we only need to do this one time. One time. Now, before I knew that, I did it daily for a year, and before I was aware that you only need to do it one time. And I recommend that you do it more than one time, at least a few times. And until you feel you've done it correctly. All right. That's it for the Infinity Breath with binary sequencing. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. Bye for now.